friends, welcome to part 2 of this mini series for our active standing splits. So if you are working on your bird of paradise or any standing split strong, this is the best one for you. We did our part 1 last week, which I'm going to link in the card section up here, and then I'm also going to put the link in the description box below so you can follow along. We're going to be working on our lower body flexibility the active way. So this is more of an active stretch wherein we're going to be using our muscles to really get to the pose. And that is what I find very effective to work on a very strong standing splits. So when you're ready, all you will need is your yoga mat, and let's begin. Okay, we're going to start by standing at the center portions of our mats, facing the top or whichever side you want. We're going to start in Tadasana. So I want your feet hip distance apart and making sure that you're rooting down all 4 corners of your feet. And then from here, palms by your sides. We're just going to take a deep, big breath first. Inhale. Exhale, open your mouth, side out. Beautiful job. Now in your Tadasana, I want your rib cage tucking in, navel is drawing in, strong core. Now from here, you're gonna lift your phalanges or your the toe bones up from the mat and making sure rooting all 4 corners of your feet. And from here, you're gonna try to squeeze your glutes and notice how it engages everything right from the bottom up. I'm still lifting my toes up. So notice your toes going all the way up to your shins and your kneecaps lifting up. Inner thighs are squeezing together, your glutes are squeezing in. This is what you want. So feel that strong energy lines from the ground up. We're holding this. Sometimes we forget to actually warm up our toes. It's very important. All right, now for 3, 2, 1, release the toes, relax your body. Now this time, we're gonna tip our toes this way, and as you tip your toes, squeezing your glutes and your inner thighs together, and then dropping it down, release everything. Again, 4, 10, squeeze up. Drop it down. 9, drop it down. 8, squeeze up. Relax. 7, 6, 5, release. 4, squeeze the glutes, release. 3, 2, and last one. Squeeze, hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Good job. Now left knee will bend, send it up, and you're going to try to hug it as close to your torso as much as you can. No forcing here, just being gentle with your body. And then straightening both of your elbows, dropping it down. Bring it up for 3. Drop it down. Up. 2. Drop it down. Up. Good job. Now release it down just over here. And then you're gonna move it to the left as you swivel your hip joint here, right? And then sending it forward and to the sides for 5. Forward, 4, forward, 3, forward, 2, forward, 1, and drop it all the way down. Shake your legs, doing that on the other side. Lift your right knee up. Hug your knees, bring it into your torso as close as you can, and dropping it down for 3. Bring it in. 2, straighten your elbows. Bring it in for 1, and release down. Now to the sides for 5. Ready? Swing it to the right side for 5. Send it forward. Side 4. Forward. 3. Forward. 2, finding your balance here, focusing. 1, and bring it forward, drop it all the way down. Shake your legs. Reach up to Utkatasana, making sure you can still see your hands as you bend your knees, send your hips back, look down, seeing your toes. So if you're forward, making sure to tuck it back in. And strong core, rib cage is in, again, navel in, and holding this for 10. and bring back up. Relax. All right, now you're gonna bring your hands up again to Utkatasana, chair pose. Drop your hips down. This time you're gonna lift your left leg up and you're gonna bend the left knee as you cross it over to your right, finding this figure 4 shape. We're just holding this position for 3, 2, bring your hips back, and 1. You're not gonna rest. You're gonna bring your hands to your heart center as you straighten that right knee, and you're gonna try to grab your left foot here, outside or hook your big toe, whichever you prefer. I like to grab the outside of my feet as I straighten my left knee forward. Good job. And your left hand will draw a big line horizontally going back, finding your balance for a gentle twist. Your left palm can be facing forward or down, whichever you prefer. And then really twisting, holding this position, breathing in, breathe out. Option to look to the left side for, a deeper twist. Holding 3, 2, and 1. Drop it all the way down. Shake your legs. Now you can feel slowly burning. Doing that on the other side. So reach your hand up. You can also lift your right leg already, and as you cross it over to the left knee, making sure when you look down you can still see the left toes. So send your hips back and sit. Chair pose. Half chair. Holding this, you got this. Making sure your rib cage is strong and tucking in. Strong core rather. 3, 2, 1. Palms to your heart center. Straighten the left knee. Bend and send your right knee high. Grabbing with your left hand or hook with your big toe as you straighten the front knee. And your right hand will draw one big horizontal line from your left hand going behind you. So your right palm could be facing forward or palm facing down. Staying here and breathing. It's okay if you have a bend in your knee with your straight leg. That is fine. Wherever you are in your practice, you're just always trying your best. And option to look to the right, slowly with control. Right hand or right shoulder, and breathing in here. Breathe out. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. You got this. Good job. Drop it down. Shake your legs, shake your body. Doing again one more Utkatasana. Reach up, sit down. Imagining there's a invisible chair behind you, and I like my knees together. So find whatever works for your chair pose. The important thing is you're making sure strong core and you can still see your toes. So if you have your knees are wide open, that is fine wherever you are in your practice. I just prefer my knees together. And coming back up. One more time, Utkatasana, and this time we're gonna slowly lower all the way down, engaging every muscle in your body as you slowly bring your hips down onto the mat. Hands will be placed or grabbing your heels, coming to our Navasana or boat pose. Finding your balance, focusing here, looking to your toes if you like. Breathe in and out. Good job. Now this time, we're gonna try to bend our knees, halfway lift, and bring it up. So working on our balance here, looking forward, just doing this movement repeatedly. So again, it's okay if you have a bend in your knees and you're not fully straight. One day you'll get there. That's why we're working on this. You can do this flow once a week. Whew. And notice that I move not too fast, right? You want to do everything with control. We're working on our active flexibility. And all the way up, I'll meet you in a full Navasana. From here, if you can, I'd like you to hug behind your knees. So grabbing both of your elbows if you can. Otherwise, if you can't and you're way far here, that is fine. And you're just grabbing your hands. Wherever you are here, now you're gonna bring your hands or arms down onto the knees as you bend your knees down slowly. And you're gonna lift it up from here as high as you can, with control and bending it down. We're doing the same thing, but this time with the grabbing of your elbows, because this is actually a lot harder than grabbing your heels, right? Notice which one is harder for you. We're just staying with the breath as we move, making sure you're really not losing the breath. So important with each movement. That's why we call it yoga. All right, we're doing this. My legs are shaking. It's okay if yours is shaking too. Remember, in any stretching or flexibility, you don't want to rush things. You want it slow and controlled. All right, all the way down. Good job. Now shake your legs. You're going to send your feet together, or you're going to grab your toes, the sides of your feet as you open your knees nice and wide. Straighten your torso. Imagine somebody's pulling the crown of your head. Spine is long, spine is tall. This is our butterfly pose. You're going to flutter the butterfly wings here. So we're just keeping our torso straight as we flutter the wings, so not forcing, right? Just to where you can. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, now eventually you're just gonna drop your knees as far as you can on the ground. And then you're gonna fold your way down. Whoops. Did you hear my bone pop? This is one of my favorite, hip opening. So we're doing this leaning forward or folding down and up repeatedly with control. All right, now bring your knees together. You're gonna shake your legs and you're gonna straighten your knees in front of you. We're just gonna do Pashimotanasana. Inhale as you rise and reach your hands up. Lengthen your spine. Exhale as you fold down. Wherever you are in your fold, may you be up high here, making sure that your torso is remaining straight, right? So you kind of want to give a little bit of like anterior tilt with your pelvis. So opening the butt cheeks helps when you fold in your seated fold. And then you're making sure that this lumbar part is not rounding back, especially if you have back pain. You really want to elongate the lumbar going up to your neck or cervical spine, and then fold all the way down. Breathing in here. You can have your palms on the mat or facing up, or maybe grabbing your feet or your big toes. So wherever you are in your practice, be mindful how you're feeling. No pushing. All right, now we're gonna fold or bend the right knee, and then you're gonna have your right forearms behind you as you bring it down. You're gonna grab your right foot with your left hand, the outside, or hooking the big toe, whichever you prefer. I always like to grab my feet because I have a bunion surgery. And then from here, you're gonna try to lower down to your forearms or your hands as you straighten the right knee up. Good. Now it's okay if it's not fully straight, that's why we're working on it. And then you can scoot your hands a little bit more back, just to where you feel that stretch. The nice, gentle stretch, not forcing. Now option to look to your right hand or look down. Breathing here. Shaking, my legs are shaking. All right, slowly you're gonna drop the right foot outside of your left knee. We're gonna do a yummy twist. So your left elbow or arm will hook. You're gonna hug that right thigh as you twist. Now your right hand will reach all the way up and really reach up to the right side, right? As you fold and twist, rather. Twisting from the lower abdomen, really feel. You can grab and help with your left hand to push. That's why you're hugging it. And now you're gonna drop your right hand down as you twist. Breathing in and breathe out. Now option to thread your left hand underneath your legs here, and then try to see if you could make this stable. Release the right hand and you're gonna grab that left hand. So try to bind or hook your fingers together. If you can't, just stay where you are. Any twists, it's such a great thing for your digestion, right? I'm already feeling my belly here. All right, now release the bind, shake it up, straighten the right knee, shake your legs. Doing that on the left side, so left knee will bend as you try to grab and hug it with your right arm and really twisting. Oops, my bones are popping. Left hand reaches up to the left side and really reach up, twisting from the lower belly and really twist. No forcing, but just like feeling that yummy twist, right? Your left hand drops down on the mat. Look down. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Again, option to thread it behind your other. So adjust your stance. Maybe you want your foot a little bit closer if you can, and then really trying to see if you could bring your right hand to your right side of your body and then grabbing it with the other hand. This is the harder side for me because of my scoliosis, so it's really like, you know, my scolium and my scapula is not working properly, but I'm just trying my best, always being gentle. Look down to the left. All right, now release the bind. Left forearm drops down on the mat if you can, or your hand. And then you're gonna grab the left foot with your right hand outside or hooking again the big toe as you straighten that left knee slowly and dropping the left forearm on the mat or the hand. So wherever you are, maybe the hand or the forearms. I like the forearms because I'm way more flexible now than, you know, when I started practicing. Of course, I've been practicing for a long time now. Well, 4 years. We're just staying here and breathing, feeling the hamstring stretch and the twist, right? So many actions here. All right, now come back up. You're gonna bend the left knee and your left ankle will now be outside of your right knee. Again, figure 4 shape. And from here, reach up, inhale. Lengthen the spine and exhale to fold. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Rib cage in. Right, doing this motion repeatedly and observe the pace, right? Really just slow movement and controlled. You could even bring your hands behind your neck and elbows are spreading wide, opening the shoulders here, opening the collarbones. Really loosening the legs and flexing that toe, the front toe. Observe it. If you point it, it has a different stretch feeling. So you kind of want to feel both, right? So you want to play with it if you like, flexing and pointing. All right, release, shake it up. Right leg crosses again to the other side. Doing that here on the other side. Reach up and fold down. Inhale up, fold, exhale. Being gentle. With each inhalation, you want to really send oxygen to the tight spots. And as you visualize that, it helps so much with your practice. Now point the toes to get a feel of both. Pointing and flexing. Option to bring your hands behind your neck. Opening the elbows nice and wide, tucking in your rib cage. Core is strong. All right, release, shake it up. Now transitioning, left leg will sweep behind you as you bend the right knee, coming to pigeon pose. So find what works best for your pigeon. You can have your shin down in front of you and your hips are lifted, right? And your knees behind is down, and then you can have the option to tuck or untuck the back toes. From here, you're just gonna pulse your pigeon up and down, being gentle. I find the pulsing so good for working on the flexibility and then moving it left and right as you eventually can go down to your pigeon pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, if it's within your practice, you can do the splits. So you're just gonna straighten the front knee if you like, or otherwise, if you can't, just stay in pigeon. All right, I'm gonna do my splits here and pulsing it up and down, being gentle. This is my first splits of the day. So you just wanna be gentle and option to lean down. Breathe. So important to stay in the pose for long periods, you know, when you're working on your flexibility. Not rushing, right? You really want to breathe into the tightness, release it out as you exhale. And I like to even point and flex my front toe. Notice how it has different muscles that gets engaged or working as you flex and point. Flex, point. Whew. All right, wiggling some more, left and right. Beautiful job. Now bend the right knee if you're not there already. You're just gonna bring it up to low lunge. So in our low lunge or Untitled I encourage you to point the back toes this time, drop the back knee if you're not there yet, and then you're having your hands to help guide you here on the sides. As you push back, straightening the front knee to our Hanumanasana or half splits, and flex the front toe. And we're doing this movement repeatedly. So coming to Anjaneyasana and Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, low lunge, forward, and notice the slow movement and half splits. Always staying with the breath. With each transition or pose, you want to sink down deeper here, Anjaneyasana, right? So we're stretching the quads, the hip flexors here. You should feel this stretch here. If you're not feeling the stretch, you want to maybe adjust your stance a little bit wider. We're doing this movement repeatedly. This is one of my favorites to really open or stretch my hamstrings, you know, half splits and low lunge. It's also important that the front knee is in line or a little bit forward is fine. See how mine is a little bit forward because I'm more flexible now. Maybe yours is a little bit tighter, and that's fine. Wherever you are in your practice, we're just loosening our legs, working on our flexibility actively. All right, now we're gonna switch legs here, but we're gonna pivot the back foot. As you drop that back foot to the heel and also your right foot, coming to our side lunge or Skandasana. So from your Skandasana, notice if you have that flexed, it's more stretch, right? For your left leg, and then you can point it and flex. I always want and encourage you to flex and point if you're working on flexibility, because as you do these movements, you have different muscles are engaging. So you want to use all the muscles as much as possible in your practice to get your active standing splits strong. All right, now from here, we're gonna transition to the other side, Skandasana. You could have a help with your hands like this, and then flex that toe and then point. We're just really loosening, see, feeling that, right? Such a great way to really make your legs flexible. Okay, again, switching sides, help with your hands first, Skandasana on the other side, and then doing that again. We're doing this repeatedly. Switching sides, Skandasana to the right, Skandasana to the left. All right, I'll meet you on the left side. So, as you are now on the left side, you're just going to transition to the pigeon on the other side here. So, dropping your shin on the mat, wiggling your pigeon left and right, untucking the back toes, drop the back knees. You could even lean forward and up. Connecting with the breath, don't lose the breath. Again, option to come to your front splits if it's within your practice. You can stay in pigeon. Staying in pigeon for long periods of time will help so much with your hip mobility, especially if you're always sitting down. And flexing the front toe, point. Flex, point. Wiggling some more, maybe leaning forward or down, like a fold. Such a yummy stretch. Wiggling some more, staying here. We're not rushing, taking your own sweet time for your body. Coming to pigeon if you're not there yet. All right. Now you're gonna lift your hips up and then you're gonna tuck the back toes as you press yourself up, and you're gonna have your left foot next to your left hand, making sure that your knee is in line with your front heel. Okay, now drop the back knee and untuck the back toes, point it, coming to our Anjaneyasana and the Hanumanasana. Straighten the front knee, flex the front toe. You could do this repeatedly and notice if you actually place your hands farther, or maybe you like it more forward. If you like it more forward, notice how you could also stretch your arms, right? With every movement, you want to think, what is this doing for me, right? So many actions happening here. When you come to Anjaneyasana, you want to sink your hips a little bit lower with each Anjaneyasana. Option to have your hands to your waist for a little bit more of a challenge. Sometimes I like to play with my hands, reaching up and to my sides, up, and sides, up. This is a lot harder, right? Depending where you're at in your practice, when you do this movement repeatedly, your muscle memory, you will remember it fast. All right, now from here, we're gonna do Skandasana again. Skandasana, this time, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, we're gonna lift it up as we don't help with the hands. So we're just gonna do this repeatedly, playing with the hands. Strong Skandasana, such a great way for active standing splits. I promise. This is a good one. You know, when you lift up, lower it down, just really feeling this. You can even place your hands behind your neck or forward. This way. Find what works best for you. And facing the other side. Now this time you're gonna come to your high lunge or crescent lunge. So the balls of your foot behind you, or you're standing the balls of your foot, making sure that your front knee is in line with your front heel. Breathe. Now drop the back heel as you spin your back foot, coming to this warrior two shape. Hands to your sides. Send that back hand down as you pivot the back foot, coming to the ball of your foot. Crescent lunge. and then warrior two. Again, pivot the back foot, crescent lunge, and warrior two. One more time, crescent lunge, and then warrior two. Good job. Now from here, you're gonna straighten that front knee as you shift your weight forward and down, coming to Trikonasana or triangle pose. So in your triangle pose, you can have your right hand to your shin, outside of your right foot or inside. Find what works best for your body structure. I like mine in front, and then breathing in here. Staying here, really feeling that leg stretch, right? Being gentle, breathing in here. You can massage the legs. All right, now coming to our goddess pose. As wide as you can. And straighten your knees, palms to touch up, and goddess pose. Cactus your arms. Up, straighten your knees, goddess pose. Up again, straighten your knees, goddess, up, goddess, up, and goddess. Now stay in your goddess pose. Right hand drops down on the right side or right knee, or both of them. And then you're gonna have your right toe tip as you bring your right shoulder down for a yummy twist. And then back to center, doing that on the other side. So I like my left palm down as my fingertips are facing forward. As I tip my left toe, sending down my left shoulder, twist. Whew. Shaking, right? The legs. Holding and back to center. Now we're gonna do warrior two on the other side. So face your left side now, making sure that your left knee is in line with your left heel. Hands are in T-shaped position. Sink down if you want. Whew, burning. All right, dropping that right hand down as you pivot the back foot, coming to the ball of your foot, and crescent lunge. Warrior two, and crescent lunge. Warrior two, crescent lunge. Warrior two again, crescent lunge. Last set, warrior two, and crescent lunge. Right, now back to warrior two as you straighten the front knee and coming down to our Trikonasana again. Whew, triangle pose. Now again, if you can't bend as much, find what works best for you. You can grab your knee, maybe you're on your thigh or your shin, outside of your foot or inside. We're just holding this, giving your left leg a massage if you like. Staying here, breathing in and breathing out. How are you feeling? You got this. A few more for our legs. And bend that front knee. Now you're gonna try to bind, okay? This is the most effective way that I find for a great bird of paradise if you could do this bind. So try to see if you could grab both of your hands behind you here. So your left hand will thread inside of your foot or legs. Or you're just holding this. Whew. And if you can't bind, you can have the option to drop your left hand next to your left foot here. And having this bent knee, and then straighten the left knee and bend. Now, if you are more flexible, or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, this is great to bind and then straighten your leg. This is so hard. I didn't start this way, so if you straighten your leg and you don't have that super straight leg, that's fine. If you have a bend, just by trying this, you'll eventually loosen those hamstrings. We're getting the hamstring stretch on all sides, if you notice. Inside, the front, and the left side, outside, right? Making sure you're always breathing. Whew. Now drop the left hand down, and you're gonna pivot the foot as you transition to the other side, Skandasana, boom. I know, legs are shaking, right? And from here, you're gonna do that bind again on the other side. So start with your bent knee forward. And then from here, you're gonna straighten the front knee first, and then bend. Straighten, we're loosening up. So we did earlier low lunge, now we're doing high lunge. So every movement, it's all gonna be different muscles. Whew, sweating here. Whew. All right, now pivot that back foot, coming to that warrior 1 or warrior 2 shape with your foot. You're gonna try to bind. This bind is so great for your shoulders, mobility too. And then straighten the front knee if you can. I know this is really hard and more advanced. You don't need to do it. You can always have the option to place your right hand inside of your right foot and doing this movement repeatedly. Bending and straightening. But again, if you're more flexible, you can do the bind. Doing this movement so much so will help so much. I promise you, your standing splits. This is the best one for the bird of paradise that I noticed. Whew. All right, now release and drop into Skandasana again. This time you're gonna sit on your bum. Your left hand will grab the right ankle as your right hand sweeps up and over your head, coming to the right tippy toes if you like. Trying to see if you could grab now the left foot. If you are doing this Skandasana twist, you will know how flexible now your legs are, right? You could even lay on your shin with your head. Look up. So important to breathe here. A yummy twist. All right, come back up to sitting and transitioning to Skandasana on the other side. Whew. Boom. Doing that again. Right hand will grab your left ankle. Left hand will sweep up and over your head as you tip your left toe and reaching for the right foot. Doesn't matter if you can't reach, that is fine. Wherever you are in your practice, look up. Just trying your best, being gentle. Staying here for a few breaths. Feeling the yummy twist. Good job. Now release. Whew, coming back up. Whew, we got more, guys. We're gonna come to our belly here. So down on your belly, and you're gonna have your forearm parallel to the front of your mat. So right forearm first. As you lift your chest up, kind of twisting from the left to the left. And then you're gonna bend the left knee and grab it with your left hand. So you're supported here, right? Inhale as you stretch your left elbow. Exhale as you bring your foot down as close to your bum as you can. If you're not there, like here, that is fine. Wherever you are in your practice, you're not forcing, you're just trying your best. Inhale up, exhale down. So doing this motion repeatedly, eventually you'll be able to do that. I'm just so inflexible now. I didn't start this way too, don't worry. Doing this motion repeatedly doesn't just get our quads stretched, but actually our hamstrings too. We always think that this is for quad stretched, but this is also working on your hamstrings. This is such a great way if you can't do a forward fold with your heels flat on the mat. By doing this, it actually helps that fold. All right, switch to the other side. So your left forearm will now be on your front and then parallel to the mat or front mat. Right knee bends, open your chest to the right. As you grab your right foot with your right hand, inhale, stretch your right elbow. Exhale to fold, to bend the knee. Again, doing this motion repeatedly. Okay, if you feel that that's good enough, and release all the way down. You're gonna bend both of your knees. You're gonna grab your ankle, your feet, wherever you are, whichever you desire. You're gonna lift that knees up from the mat as you bend your back. Whew. Holding this for 10. Breathe. You got this. Engage the glutes and drop it all the way down. Beautiful job. Now wiggle your body here. We're doing again that thing, Dhanurasana. So bend your knees and grab your heels or your feet and lift up. Bow pose. We're just holding this. And dropping it all the way down as you push back to our Vajrasana, sitting on our heels. Whew. Checking back in, how are you feeling? How is your legs, right? More loosened up. Wiggling your Vajrasana, hero or thunderbolt pose. I like doing this too. Notice as I wiggle, your heels are really massaging your bum, kind of like a roller, right? And also massaging your tops of your feet. This is great for ankle mobility too. All right, we're gonna end in a box breathing method, which is my favorite. Whew, super sweaty. So as we inhale, reaching our hands up for 4. Palms to touch, bring your hands down to your forehead and hold your breath here. And exhale, bring it down to your heart. Hold your breath, bring your hands down to your sides. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. And come back to your natural rhythm. How do you feel? All right, that is it for this flexibility class. I hope you enjoyed that active flexibility. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so you get notified again for another class. Make sure to come back for the part 3, wherein we're gonna do that bird of paradise flow. And I hope to see you on my next class. Bye! By the way, friends, all my yoga mats that you see in my class are actually gonna be in the description box below. This is my new Mattify mat, and I really love this because it is the same thickness as my Manduka Pro 6mm, but the top is my preference or my personal preference with a smooth texture, but very sticky and very grippy. And you can use my code Georgina Flows to save you 15% off on these mats. So we matchy-matchy. All right, friends, I'll see you on the next one.